Gentlemen, welcome to Lyford, Texas. This is Real Sports Live, ready to bring you tonight's action with the Willacy County Cotton Bowl as the Lyford Bulldogs are playing host to the Raymondville Bearcats. What an event we have in store for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for tuning in to tonight's action. Great pre-game festivities going on here as a beautifully done national anthem, along with a huge flag to bring in the start of our game. If you guys have been waiting for our stream, you have to wait no longer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lyford, Texas, as we are getting ready for the opening kickoff. Here in Lyford, having some technical difficulties. Everything was set up smoothly, but now trying to see what's going on with our Facebook feed. Right now it looks like we're only going live on YouTube with tonight's action. Gonna try to do a little bit of troubleshooting, see if we can figure that one out. We apologize for those delays, as we will continue to figure that out to bring you the action on Facebook. But right now, anybody who's tuning into YouTube, please let the rest of the fans know that YouTube is going live and Facebook is not. So, we're getting ready to go here in Lyford, Texas. Sometimes what happens with our feeds is we have too many feeds going into one stream, and it blocks. They don't want to overload it, so we're trying to get that cleared up and fixed up. But once again, if you are following on YouTube, please let your friends know that right now we are down in Facebook, but YouTube is up and running as you guys get ready for the start off of our game. You know, they always say be ready for the unexpected. And if we want to talk about that, let's talk about tonight's game here in Lyford, as the unexpected has happened here tonight. And game plans have changed for these teams. And when I say that, we're talking about the home team, the Lyford Bulldogs, who have started off this year in an aggressive way, just bullying their way in their first two games, amassing over 40 points a game and 618 yards as well. And a lot of that has to do with their combination in the backfield of the Martinez brothers. But like I said, expect the unexpected, because you never know what you're going to get. We have the Martinez brothers out today, so a big piece of the Lyford Bulldog offense will not be here today. But guess what? Coach Hadagi is not in panic mode because he knows that he has guys that can step up. And speaking of a guy that's going to step up tonight, will be senior backup quarterback who will now be the guy, the go-to guy today. And that is Brendan Nunez, who's going to step in and step up and look for his offensive weapons that have made this Lyford Bulldog offense so dangerous the first couple of games. Looks like Raymondville has decided to pick up and take on the opening kickoff, and we are ready to rock and roll. Once again, find us on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, please let your friends know that the game is on YouTube, that we're having some difficulties with the Facebook feed.
On the kick return for Raymondville, brought the ball out to the 27-yard line, and that's where Jason Cantu, the senior quarterback for Raymondville, will set up the Bearcats on the right hash.
So here we go. Once again, this is Marco Mongia of Real Sports Live, and I am by my side is Mr. Albert Pena, who will be my co-host today. The Bearcats hand that ball off to that side, but brought down in the backfield for a loss was Diego Gutierrez.
Loss of 5, Justin Abella on the tackle, making the first big defensive play for the Bulldogs tonight.
All right, so here we go as we try to settle in from our little abrupt technical difficulties as well as the game starting up. Here come the Bearcats. Jason Cantu rolling out, trying to find something here. A lot of pressure, stays on his feet, still up. He's going to take it himself. Escapes a couple of Bulldog tackles before finally being brought down. And he kind of made a little something out of nothing.
Picked up 5 when he could have been dropped close to the end zone. Got back almost to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to leave a 3rd and a long 11 for Raymondville. So Lyford defense has come out on fire. They're looking to make big plays on the first 2. Just missed that one on the second one, but Cantu has proven elusive all the years we've seen him.
And ball handed off to the inside, chipping away for a gain of about 4.
That was Gutierrez again on the carry. He's going to get about half the yardage they need, so that's going to set up a 4th down and more than likely a punting situation for the Bearcats. So presumably a 3 and out for the Bulldog defense and a good start for them as they look to get good field position for their first possession of the game with their returner number 7 back there set up at about his own 38-yard line. Senior Mark Marroquin awaits the punt.
So now looking at a punt situation are the Bearcats, and they get that one off. Mark Marroquin in the backfield, who does have some speed and a nice stride. He breaks across that middle of the field, across the 50-yard line.
Marroquin, a nice 14-yard return, sets the Bulldogs up in Bearcat territory, and that's got to take a little bit of the pressure off of Nunez, who comes in here with limited action on the offensive side of the ball. He's carried the ball a couple of times, and 2 out of 3 passing for about 27 yards in limited action at those positions. But he's got the weight of this whole portion of Willacy County on his shoulders tonight. Hopefully he's up to the task for them.
And Mr. Brady, it is a windy night up here on top of the box. So
when is it not?
Our audio, it might sound a little low, but that's just because the rush of the wind is taking over. So a little screen pass there, tried to build up, and that went to Sergio Rosas. As Rosas picks up about 3.
Yeah, you mentioned the wind. There's a reason there's wind turbines all around us, to the left, to the right. But right in front of us, all there is football and two communities ready for this battle that's been 2 years in the making.
So here we go. It looks like there was a little stutter. The flag's thrown out. Ball's on the floor. It looked like to be a live ball. Let's see what the officials call it.
That may be a free play, though. It looks like Raymondville jumped offside, and Nunez saw that and decided he was going to throw a little quick hitter out to the left side. So potentially no harm, no foul for the Bulldogs. Now let's see what they rule. They're leaving the football there. Maybe Lyford picked it up.
So once again, we were talking about expecting the unexpected. And at the start of our game, we found that our Facebook feed was overloaded. So we're on YouTube right now, not on Facebook. So if you're on YouTube watching our game, please share on your Facebook and let them know. Share the link on your Facebook so everybody looking for this game can find it. And that'll help us out quite a bit. So let's see what happened here. It is going to stay with Lyford. And it's a 2nd and about 4 as Nunez in the backfield hands it off to Maruquin. Maruquin gets met at about the line of scrimmage, might have picked up 1. So like
Hunter
I was
Posas, a linebacker for Raymondville, he's made a number of tackles this year, one of the leaders of that defense, and he was quick to meet Mr. Maruquin and probably told him, "You're going to see me all night."
And just like I was trying to talk a little earlier about the Bulldogs and how they started their season, you know, they bullied their way into the season, averaging over 40 points in the last couple of weeks and amassing a whopping 618 yards per game. Coach Hadegi was hoping to keep that offensive flow going against the the Bearcats tonight. But like I said, expect the unexpected because 2 of his star players are not in tonight's lineup. Missing quarterback Osmar Martinez and brother Oscar Martinez, who are that 1-2 punch combo for the Bulldog running game. But taking over for those duties at quarterback is senior Brendan Nunez. And Nunez is hoping to find some of those offensive weapons that the Bulldogs still have, such as Justin Vela. Justin Vela has 11 catches this year, 333 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Now, Maruquin put that last one on the turf, but we got to give him a little credit to Josh Chavez, the offensive lineman. He was Johnny on the spot, picked that thing up to maintain possession for Lyford, because you know those OLs don't get a lot of airtime, guys. So we got to give him some love when love is due.
Well, it looks like Coach Hadegi is going to go by a running back by committee for this game, and we've seen Sergio Rosas carry the ball a couple times. Mark Maruquin has carried the ball a couple times, and also keep an eye out for Victor Rubalcaba in the backfield too. Now, you said earlier about the defensive side of Raymondville, Hunter Posas. Hunter Posas does lead that Bearcat defense with about 30 tackles so far. So if you're getting up to 30 tackles in 2 games, this kid has a nose for the ball. And here's a little something here by the Bulldogs as big Nick Gomez, number 55, catches him from the back and brings him down.
A little inside handoff there that picked up a few yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 11 for Lyford. Actually, the down marker says 2nd.
2nd down, okay. So once again, I just want to remind everybody, if you just catched our game on YouTube, if you guys would please share our link on your Facebook and your other social medias, so that way everybody looking for this game can find it on YouTube. All right, find it on YouTube. It's not streaming on Facebook right now, so please let family, friends, and fans know that they can find it on YouTube. Just look for Raymondville versus Lyford football. And we should be
Maruquin on
there.
that carry was tackled by Noah Martinez, but once again, Hunter Posas was not far behind. 21 is flying all over that 2nd level of the defense for Raymondville.
Excellent. We talked about that Raymondville defense. We talked about Hunter Posas, and then you just mentioned Noah Martinez. Noah Martinez is their outside linebacker who's right there, right underneath Posas in tackles for the Bulldogs. For the Bearcats, excuse me. So here we go. Nunez steps back, looking for his receiver. He finds one, but just a bit overthrown. Intended receiver was Vela, and I told you Vela is going to be one of the top targets for the Bulldog offense.
Yeah, Vela reached out for that one. He just didn't have enough arm length to get it. So that's going to bring up decision time for Lyford and Coach Howdegi. Let's see what they decide to do here. Not sure the range on their field goal kicker, but this would be about a 47, 46-yarder, and they're going to go for it.
They say they have nothing to lose. The field position they're in, maybe they don't have the foot power as the kickers. So Nunez pitches it outside, does find Vela, and a nice open field tackle by the Bearcats.
Yeah, they were looking for Vela to make a play there, but Jacob Garza, number 9, said nothing doing. He tripped him up and put an end to that Lyford drive. So Raymondville will take over on downs just inside their own 30, and we'll see what Cantu can get going for Raymondville on this next drive.
So Jacob Garza with a nice open field tackle. If he doesn't get that, Vela's looking for his 5th touchdown of this year.
Yeah, you can't overstate that. That was a critical tackle because there was a little green between Vela and the end zone after that.
So here comes the Bearcat offense. Jason Cantu back in that shotgun. One back in the backfield with him. And that back is going to lead it. Cantu takes it himself and picks up about 8. Diego Gutierrez found a big hole to lead Cantu, and Cantu just followed.
And at points in Raymondville's first couple of games, Jason Cantu has merely taken over and been the man, leading them in rushing, in passing, just all around offensive play. So they're going to need a lot more of that from him tonight.
Now, talking about the Raymondville Bearcats, coaches usually say that you see the biggest jump in your play from week 2 to week 3, and that's exactly what Raymondville coach Frank Cantu is probably looking for tonight in Lyford. The Bearcats have kind of struggled to find their offensive groove, but when they're on, they are on. Led by multi-sport athlete Jason Cantu, who we just saw take that run not too long ago. The Bearcats are going to be as ready as they can be. You just mentioned how Cantu is leading in all offensive categories right now. They're on the run and in the air. And on the air, he's found himself a wealth of receiving core on his side, Jaden Garza and Brian Robles. So let's see what Cantu has for us tonight.
Gutierrez on the prior play picked up a first down at the 40. This time he takes it about 6 yards. Nice gain, setting up a 2nd and 4 for the Bearcat offense.
If you've never seen Diego Gutierrez, and if you stand next to that boy, the size of his calves are like tree trunks. I'm talking, this kid has some powerful legs, and you can see in his run game that's his game. It's going to be power.
I had a coach that used to say, them ain't calves, them's cows.
So here comes Cantu. Ball is faked. Cantu keeps himself. He follows his blocker, and it looks like it's enough to pick up the Bearcat first down.
Yeah, just across midfield into Lyford territory. Another first down, so Raymondville starting to find a little groove here. 5-6 yards on each play. Keep moving the sticks, and as Hank Stram used to say, matriculating the ball down the field.
So I want to thank you all once again for jumping over to our YouTube feed. We got overloaded on Facebook, which kicked us off of Facebook, and that's something that we saw last week where we had to turn off a couple of Facebook feeds to give some of the bigger games. And I guess this week we just got overfed and on our feed, and we're on YouTube. Overfed on our feed.
I know what it feels like to be overfed. So Gutierrez picked up about 3, a modest gain on that last play, right into the teeth of the Bulldog defense. He was tackled by a swarm there right at the 45. So 2nd and 7 for Raymondville, just inside of Lyford territory at the 45 with 3:23 and counting left in the first quarter. A quick moving quarter.
So the ball is moving. The Bearcat offense is still on, and Cantu wants to look deep. He does find a receiver, but just a little bit too much on that one.
And you and I talked about how some of these receivers have gaudy numbers on their per catch average, and you mentioned he likes the long ball.
Yeah, he does. There's no question about Cantu's arm. if they could just get in sync with each other, that's going to be very dangerous.
Well, with the way these kids run track out in Raymondville, I'm sure they got a couple of burners out there. They can just get their hands around some. That's going to be trouble for the Bulldogs secondary.
So Bearcats now looking at a 3rd and about 6. Ganthu rolls out to his right. Gets some pressure, but he does complete that pass for the first down.
Jaden Garza with the reception right around the 35-yard line.
Ganthu just threw a bullet and hits Garza right in the chest for that first down.
And with the exception of his first drop back of the game way back in their own territory, that's the first or second time, I guess, that he's faced a little bit of pressure. Actually took a little nudge from one of the defenders there at the end of the play, but nothing to shake that big kid.
Yeah, he did have a little hurry, but he stayed cool and calm.
And he was rolling out to his strong hand side, which makes that throw easier for a lot of quarterbacks.
So here we go. Ball's handed off to Gutierrez. Gutierrez looking around, pulls out the stiff arm, but brought down by Diego Guerra, but not before Gutierrez picks up a gain of about 6.
Yeah, and once again, they just keep moving the ball down the field little by little, but that sets up a very manageable second down, 2nd and about 4. So a lot of options available to the Raymondville offensive staff as far as their play calling goes.
So we're about at the 2-minute mark now of the first quarter as the Bearcats are marching down the field, hoping to get something here before the end of the first. Ganthu waiting for the snap. There's the option. He decides to give, but the Bulldogs are all over that. The green monster defense of the Bulldogs stops that as Jonathan Serra picks up about nothing.
Yeah, Ganthu stuck it in his belly and looked like he might pull it out and take it himself, but he decided to leave it in the running back's hands and lost a couple of yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. So as we come up close to the 1-minute mark.
3rd and 6 situation, 1:20 left in the first quarter. Both teams trying to get it. The Bearcats have had possession for the majority of the first quarter. So they're going to keep trying to grind. Ganthu waiting for the snap. He gets it. He rolls out to his right. He's looking for something. He finds an open man, and ball is complete. And that goes to Ethan Tagle. Yeah. Tagle sat in a window, and just enough time, Ganthu gets it there just in time.
Yeah, he had to leave his feet, knew he was going to have to absorb a little bit of contact, but was able to hang on, a big play. So Raymondville, after taking over on down, moving the ball down the field nicely.
We can take a look at that one again. So Ganthu takes it himself, rumbles to about the 6-yard line. Once again, Ganthu showed great composure in a hurry situation and hits his target.
Yeah, he drifted to the right with a line, and as soon as he found a little crease, he took that little cutback step for a nice gain and another first down, and this may bring us to the end of the quarter.
So that's going to do it for the first quarter of play as the Bearcats find themselves in the red zone, taking it into the second. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this commercial break.
On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
It's easy, the choice is yours. You can click Fruya.com 24/7 or visit us here personally in our beautiful showroom. Step in or click and stand out. Blue Fruya Motors, we're always at your service.
We're the Lady Cougars and you're watching Real Sports Live.
right, after that commercial break, here we go with the start of the second quarter as the Bearcats are knocking on the door. Ball goes short. Cantu decides to pull it in himself, rumbles, and finds himself 6.
Yeah, right up the middle. He was not to be denied there, so he puts Raymondville on the board first, a 6-0 lead, 11:52 left here in the second quarter. So it reminds me of a couple of years ago when we were here down at that end of the field and Cantu was lined up as a wideout, caught that little fade in the corner for a touchdown. This time he took it himself. This time, of course, he's playing quarterback and he took it right up the gut.
You know, Cantu's the kind of kid that wants to put it on his shoulders as the Bearcats are now going to attempt 2.
Boy, untouched. There was nobody there.
And Cantu walks that one in for 2.
So 8-0, Raymondville strikes first. They're going to kick off to Lyford now, and let's see how Nunez and company answer. They need to get something going and move the ball and put some points on the board because the Raymondville offense is starting to look like they're going to be a little tough to slow down. They've got, like you said, a variety of weapons. They can hit you from the passing game, the running game, which includes the running backs and the quarterback. A very versatile offense that we've seen here in the first 12 minutes and 8 seconds.
Definitely. So we're going to see the adjustments that the Bulldogs are going to make, and they're going to try to come out this second quarter and get on the board as well. But Facebook's overfed. Send everybody to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Facebook has had enough feeds from Real Sports Live, so we couldn't get on. So put it on the side or something. Go to YouTube. Okay. All right, once again, just communicating to the school district here in Lyford about our connection to Facebook. Find us on YouTube. If you guys would do us a favor and share our link on your Facebook page so that everybody else can find us on YouTube, that would be a big help to us.
Sophomore Obed Almeida is going to step up to hold for Raymondville as the ball keeps getting loose from the tee. A little short squib kick to about the 32, picked up by the up man. Looks like that was Marroquin that picked it up. No, possibly number 5, Diego Guerra, but brought the ball out to the 35-yard line. So Lyford, with 11:45 left here in the second quarter, takes over at their own 35.
All right, so let's see what will transpire after that kickoff as the Lyford Bulldogs come on out. Thank you again for tuning in to Real Sports Live. We have you on YouTube. Please like, share, copy our link, post it to your Facebook so you can let everybody watching at home know we are on YouTube and not on Facebook tonight. Here come the Bulldogs. Ball handed off to Marroquin. Marroquin finds himself a nice big hole as he gets down and picks up about 9.
Yeah, very close to the first down marker. 2 or 3 Bearcats in on the tackle. Once again, Posas among them. They're going to mark him a yard short at the 44. 2nd and 1 for the Bulldogs.
You know what's a scary thing is I've seen Marroquin in an open field run, and if he gets an open field run, his strides, he's going to be hard to bring down and to catch from behind. So here is a rumbler now, picks up that first down for the Bearcats. Is Benji Gonzalez. Remember the days of Mike Alstott and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Yeah, big old fullback like that.
Yeah, you know, that short yard situations, you give a big boy like that the ball, and he's going to rumble to go get you that first.
Yeah, he's lined up right behind the right tackle here like he's in the block.
Marroquin comes out in like a wildcat situation, and he's using his speed. You know, the first thing I thought of when I heard the Martinez boys weren't going to be in tonight's lineup was we're going to see a whole lot more of Mark Maruquin. I saw his athleticism last week in La Villa, and remember La Villa has turf fields. Maruquin had a punt return in stride, took it about 30, 40 yards, and then slipped. He slipped due to that turf. And, you know, I remember back in the days when, you know, they told us about playing on turf. The
Different kind of cleats,
yes,
you said.
the different types of cleats, you know, for the grip on such ground like that.
So Lyford's been set back on a penalty call. That's going to give him a first down and about 12. More conventional set here.
Nunez throws it out there. He does find his man, which is Vela. Vela gets a little bit past the original line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be close to the first down. He might have gotten it the way that yard marker looks over there. Are they moving? They moved the chains. I guess they did award him a first down right there at the 48.
All right, so now 2nd and about 9 for the Bulldogs as they pick up. Yeah,
sorry, I missed the.
Because of that penalty.
Yeah.
So here's a little trickery, a little end around reverse. Ball's passed, tossed back to Diego Guerra, who picks up about that 9. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be a little bit short of that first down, so he probably picked up about 7 yards on that reverse end around.
And that was number 12, Slade Gutierrez, with a nice tackle there, keeping him away from the first down marker. But you're right, it's going to be 3rd down and about 2 yards to go. Let's see what Nunez has called this time. Got that big old Benji Gonzalez in the backfield
Let's
again.
see, and sure enough, they do. They give it to him, but he might have fallen short as the Bearcat defense might have stuffed him and kept them short from getting that first down.
Yeah, he got met near the line of scrimmage, was able to power his way for about a yard, but they're going to be a yard short, and I see no indication that they're going to be punting.
So now looking at about a 4th and 2, and the Bulldogs are going to gamble, and they're going to go for it here on this big 4th down. Out in their spread formation with Gonzalez to his right. Nunez pitches it out. He does make his completion and picks up the first down, and a couple more is Diego Guerra.
Now Coach Howdy showing great confidence in his quarterback to throw in a 4th down situation like that. But Nunez got the ball out of his hand quickly. It was accurate. The receiver had time to catch it and turn upfield and pick up a few yards, just enough to get the first down, keep the chains moving and the clock rolling.
And that's a confident booster. You turn that 4th down conversion, get that first, and not only do you get it, but you get it on a pass. You know that a lot of things can go wrong in that type of situation, but talk about confidence right there. And here's Maruquin. Maruquin picks up a head of steam and picks up about 6 or 7 yards.
And that's a confidence booster too. When you have somebody like Mark Maruquin, you can just hand it to and let him go to work. He's having himself a nice game, and I have a feeling we're going to be calling his name much more tonight.
So about 8 minutes into the 2nd quarter. The Raymondville Bearcats up 8-0 on that Gantu touchdown run, and then the 2-point conversion was successful. But the Bulldogs have put themselves together a nice drive here. Once again, given to Maruquin.
Yeah, you can live with 3 on 2nd down if he's going to get you 7 on 1st. That's going to move the chains again just about. They're going to mark him just shy.
Yeah, just shy of that first. Now the Bulldogs looking at a 3rd and 1.
That's what happens when the markers are on the blue side over there.
So big 3rd down right here for the Bulldogs as they're trying to get a fresh set of downs. Thank you for tuning in to Real Sports Live. We apologize for the misdirection trying to find us on the different medias. I know a lot of people try to go to Facebook first, but Facebook was overflowing with Real Sports Live feeds, so we weren't able to get on there. But we are on YouTube as the Bulldogs pick up that first down.
Yeah, they gave it to Marroquin again, picked up a modest gain of 3, but that's enough to move the sticks. So at the 27, 7:16 left here in the second quarter, and Nunez will keep Lyford on the field.
So Nunez waiting for the call. Looks like they've got things going here. Spreading out the field, but has 2 backs next to him.
Yeah, he's got Gonzalez over there on his right side.
Nunez drops back. He's looking to go straight up and hold that ball down, but here are the Bearcats as big Nick Gomez, number 55 of the Bearcats, is all over that one.
Yeah, that play looked in trouble from the get-go. Raymondville had that sniffed out nicely. Loss of about 5 or 6 on that one, so second and long now. Let's see what Lyford dials up.
Nick Gomez Jr. for the Bearcats is a 2-way starter. He starts on the offensive line for the Bearcats, and he's getting a lot of action tonight on that D-line and made a big impact there on that play.
Victor Rubalcaba, who you mentioned earlier, is in the backfield now. Looks like Lyford's going to take a timeout.
Lyford's going to talk this one over, and we're going to go into commercial break. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this.
We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Apply to the university that offers 98 unique degree plans. The university where 99% of students receive financial assistance. The university where you belong. Apply to Texas A&M University Kingsville today. And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Hawks up!
And we're back from that Lyford timeout, and let's see what Coach Hadagi got into the heads of his kids and said, let's go, let's get things going. We got to get on the board. Ball given to Marroquin once again as he picked up about 4. Maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Let's see what they give him.
It's going to be third and about 14. They're at the 31. He needs to get to about the 17 and a half.
So still, it's about 3rd and 14. Nunez drops back. He does find his man. That's Vela. Vela keeps on his feet and tries to pick up as much as he can before being pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, Vela put a nice move on the DB Gutierrez there and allowed him to pick up about 5 extra yards. First down marker, so we have a 4th down and about 3, and I would imagine Lyford's going to go for it.
Well, I'll tell you what, they were successful the first time. So let's see how they do here.
Let's see if they go back to that little hitch pass or maybe fake that and toss it into the end zone.
Well, I'll tell you what, if there's a 12th man here, it is the crowd here in Lyford. Marroquin takes that ball around the right side, gets to the outside, and he does pick up that first.
Haudegi was not messing around there. He just said, let's get it in to the hands of our best offensive weapon, and let's take our chances with him. And that roll of the dice pays off for Lyford. So first down at around the 15, and they're getting closer to scoring.
So that's 2 4th down conversions that they've been able to make and be successful on. And those are huge. Those are huge as that momentum keeps going for the Bulldogs here on this drive.
And this Lyford group is a confident bunch. They're excited to have cracked the top 10 in the Rio Grande Valley, and it's interesting to see that they've responded well with the loss of those players that you mentioned earlier, the Martinez brothers. Now, not so much on that play, a little snafu.
So a bad snap, and that ball goes down to the floor as they just try to pick it up and not have a turnover. So they lose about 5 on that.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want at this end of the field is to turn the ball over. So sometimes it's best just to fall on it and live to fight another down. And that's what they're going to do, 2nd and 15.
So 2nd and 15, Nunez back in the shotgun. We're at the 4-minute mark in the second quarter. Nunez dropping back, has a lot of pressure, but finds his man. That's Vela once again, who makes the catch before he slips inside the 15.
But that's the second reception in a row where Vela has eluded the first tackler and picked up additional yardage. This time he picked up about 10 after he slipped the first man.
Well, we said that was going to be one of the guys that was going to help Nunez out. If Nunez was going to step up and have a big game, he was going to need the hands of Vela to help him out.
Yeah, Nunez is not sending him deep. He's just putting the ball in his hands out in the open field and letting him go to work.
3rd and 9, Nunez dropping back, looking for his receiver. He finds one on the inside, and it's a touchdown Bulldogs.
Diego Guerra with a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
Diego Guerra just takes that inside slant, and Nunez sees him breaking it and finds them in stride. Let's take a look at that again.
Yeah, Guerra won that matchup with the receiver. Looked inside and Nunez found it right on the money with that pass.
So it looks like they're going to elect for the extra point. And
So
it's
Guerra
good.
with the extra point. After the touchdown reception, he kicks it through. So Guerra 7 to almost match Cantu's 8. And we got us a 1-point ball game with 3:14 left in the half.
So the Bulldogs jump on the board. 3:14 left in this half of football. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this.
It's easy, the choice is yours. You can click FruYou.com 24/7 or visit us here personally in our beautiful showroom. Step in or click and stand out. Look for your motors. We're always at your service.
We're the Ray Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody.
So here we go, coming out of that Bulldog TD as Nunez found Guerra for that nice touchdown pass. That kickoff goes out of bounds. And out come the flags. Thank you again for finding us here on YouTube. I know that we had, you had to go do a little hide and seek. We weren't hiding, we were streaming. We just weren't able to jump on the Facebook feed. And we thank you all for helping us out by copying and pasting our link onto your Facebook page so friends, families, fans could jump on over to YouTube. So thank you once again. This is Real Sports Live. This is Marco Munguia along with Mr. Albert Peña bringing you tonight's action. Shout out to some of our viewers today. Christian Solorio, thanks for tuning in. Says shouting out to number 7 of the Bearcats.
Cantu sets up Raymondville here at their 30-yard line.
Cantu gives that ball up to Gutierrez. But there's that wall of green.
He might have gotten a yard at the most. Let's see where they spot it. Yeah, right around the 31.
So they're going to give Gutierrez that hard, tough 1-yard run there before meeting the line and the linebackers of the Bulldogs.
You've got to believe that play was run to set something else up later on where he might stick it in there and pull it around, go around the end, see what he can get.
2:37 in the second as Cantu is in that shotgun. Finds a little pitch and catch, but it's not caught, excuse me.
It wasn't catched either.
Yeah, it wasn't, a little pitch and not caught there. Pass incomplete. Want to thank Michael Ramos watching from Belton, Texas, rooting on the Bulldogs. Number 5, Diego Guerra, who just had himself a touchdown catch.
Let's see how risky Raymondville gets here in their own end of the field with a third and 9.
So inside
they're
the
set up to
230.
pass, either that or for the quarterback to keep it, because there's nobody but Cantu in the backfield.
And the Cats stay with that trips left formation with Cantu back in shotgun. Cantu's dropping back, and he wants to look down the field. He does have a man open, but just overthrown.
So a quick 3 and out. They did not take very much time off the clock, and Lyford's going to get another opportunity before the half, and then another chance as we begin the second half where they'll receive that kickoff. So a chance for Lyford here to do a little damage on the scoreboard.
So the Cats took that big gamble going deep on that 3rd down, and now they're looking at a 4th down situation, punting the ball away. Nice punt by the Bearcats, and it's muffed, but it looks like they might have jumped on it to save themselves that turnover. Want to thank everybody for tuning in to Real Sports Live.
Diego Guerra fielding the punt there for Lyford, and as you said, he muffed it, but he fell on it quickly. Nice field position at the 44. They've got a little over 2 minutes to go and all 3 timeouts at their disposal. So now that Lyford has the ball, let's see how risky they're willing to be with it.
Well, with 2:15 left in this half, why not?
Plenty of time, especially with those 3 timeouts.
So here come the Bulldogs. Nunes back in the shotgun. Nunes looking for receivers. Vela once again. It's a little hook and ladder as the outside run's still out there, still on his feet. All the way to the 10, the 5. Fumbles before the end zone. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what they call it. And whoa, what a crazy turn of events. I'm not sure what the officials are going to call it on the goal line.
He's going to call a touchback.
It was a hook and ladder play that was successful.
Yeah, Vela caught it and pitched it to Marroquin. Marroquin almost took it to the house and had it punched out at just the last. A huge play for Raymondville there to deny Lyford the touchdown. And they'll get the ball with 1:58 at their 20.
And that is the correct call on that play as Slade Gutierrez makes a touchdown saving strip at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, nice play by Gutierrez.
So Gutierrez's hustle got him back there just in time to strip that ball out of Marroquin's arm. And the Bearcats get that touchback. Huge break. There is Gutierrez now. And he stays on his feet as he continues to chop and still picks up about 3 more.
So back to that play, the Lyford faithful in front of us jumped out of their seats when they saw that lateral and almost as quickly sat back down when that ball was punched out at the goal line. So Gutierrez picked up about 14 over here for Raymondville, giving them a first down at their own 36.
Well, you know, we talked about taking chances, and Lyford took a huge one, and it looked like it was the perfect play to call. And just the no-quit effort by Gutierrez, Slade Gutierrez at that one to rip the ball out and save that touchdown.
That could have been a huge momentum changer for the Bulldogs. And instead, like you said, Raymondville averts disaster at the last minute.
So this is Real Sports Live, 147 left here in the first half of play. We're going to take a short break.
Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
At HCISD, we embrace the future.
We learn to communicate.
At HCISD, we put our best foot forward.
At HCISD, we
make noise!
At HCISD, we learn that the smallest of moments can make the deepest impressions.
At HCISD, we are creating.
So 1st and 10 Bearcats, 1:47 left in the first half. Gone through back in that shotgun. He wants to roll out to his right and look downfield. Ball is caught, as that was a upstairs grab by Diego Gutierrez.
It looked like it may have been Tagle number 1.
Oh, it was Tagle number 1. My bad. From
Tagle
over
number
here,
1.
you know, from over here you see 1 and might have that little 7 on there, but that was number 1, Tagle, who has pretty good height on him, so he got up there like if he was going for a rebound.
Kind of reminds me of my favorite junior high story. No, Miko is number 4 in the tape. That was a legitimate number 1 out there, Coach.
So here we
Sewn
go.
on by the manufacturer.
Let's see what the officials are talking over with the coaches of the Bearcats now. So looks like they're going to call that one back.
Now, I didn't hear what he called. His mic cut off. He did say it was before the catch. So the question is, will they mark it off from the spot of the foul?
So let's see
They're
how
marking
they're
it
going
from
to do
the end of
this.
the play.
Because he said it was before the catch?
He said it was before the catch. That was pretty deep in the backfield, or in the defensive backfield, to be before the catch, because he marked it off from the 45. He marked off 10 yards back to the 35. But
so now 1st and 10 for the Cats.
The PA announcer Doug Robinson, it's 1st and 10.
So here we go. Gone through back in that shotgun. Has himself a twins right, and Gutierrez gets that handoff. He tries to hold on to that ball, and then being thrown down by the Bulldogs, Sergio Rosas.
Yeah, Gutierrez was carrying that ball, had it in a vulnerable position. Very fortunate to hang on to that, because crazy things can happen when the ball is exposed like that.
So Bearcats want to call a timeout to stop the clock at 1:16. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this break.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We are Eddie Burgella, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherry. So what a game that has been so far. I'm telling you, if you're not here at the Cotton Bowl, where you at? Well, hopefully watching on YouTube, because real action. Thank you guys for tuning in. Here we go, 1:16 left in this first half of play. Bearcat ball, and they want to come back with that same play that Lyford did, but it looks like it was read beautifully by the Bulldogs, and the Bearcats get absolutely nothing on that play.
Reverse to Dominic Gonzalez, but as you said, nothing doing. That did not fool the Bulldogs one bit. So the clock ticks now under the 1 minute mark. Cantu's over there getting a little coaching up. Let's see what they've called. They don't appear to be in much hurry. They may be in the position now where they may throw one deeper and not just let the clock run out.
Well, that clock keeps ticking, and we're down already to the 35-second mark left in the first half. Cantu stays back in that shotgun, has a man in motion. Cantu keeps himself, finds himself some room to run, a couple big blocks. He gets himself to the 50, tries to cut back inside, still on his feet, and before finally being taken down, out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
And that'll stop the clock with 11 seconds left, and which is a pretty much low-risk play with this much time left on the clock. So a lot to gain, not a whole lot to lose unless something really quirky happens.
So 8-7 game, about 11 seconds left in the first half of this ball game. as the Cats are going to take another timeout. We'll be back after this.
Nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms.
11 seconds left, and here come the Bearcats. Let's see if they shoot for something deep. Are they pulling their little bag of tricks? Here we go. Cantu in that shotgun. Trips left. He rolls out to the left, looking for a man. Looks short. It's complete to Tagle, and Tagle runs out of bounds with about 4 seconds left. So smart play by Tagle to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Especially considering they just took their last time out at the 11-second mark. So 4 seconds, and you imagine they're going into the end zone on this one.
What a great atmosphere here in Lyford, Texas, as fans on both sides excited to be here. And let's see what the Bearcats decide to do with 4 seconds left in the first half of football. Cantu drops back. He's looking deep at the back of the end zone, throws it up there, intercepted to end the first half of play, and that's going to take us into halftime. But really nothing to lose there, Mr. Peña. Really nothing to lose as they decide to go deep just to try to get something. But the Bulldogs put that one to an end.
Yeah, the chances of that one being brought back the other way, the distance slim to none in most cases, and the Lyford defender picked it off and just sat on it. And they're content to go into the locker room with a 1-point deficit, talk things over. They'll come out and take the second half kickoff and see what they can get going.
So we got ourselves a good old-fashioned cat-dog fight here in Lyford, Texas. And it's going to be an exciting one when we get back after halftime.
Yeah, an interesting first half, a little of everything. A little ground game, some big plays by Jason Cantu, a really, really big play by Slade Gutierrez over there on the defensive end at the goal line here on our left side that could have changed the complexion of this game, and instead it's still a 1-point contest, the difference being the Raymondville 2-point conversion as opposed to Lyford kicking for one after their touchdown.
Yes, indeed. We'll be back. We're going to get into halftime. The halftime shows here. We'll be back with little updates of scores around the Valley and the scores around Real Sports Live. We want to tell you guys to hang in there, take your restroom break, go get your snacks. We'll be back shortly with a recap of the first half as well as scores around Real Sports Live. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back after this.
Opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after, I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Orange Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rolando Vegas, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
We are Los Fresnos Lady Falcons, and this is Real Sports Live.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K-3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
It's easy, the choice is yours. You can click FruYou.com 24/7 or visit us here personally in our beautiful showroom. Step in or click and stand out. Look for your motors. We're always at your service.
We're the Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live. We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Apply to the university that offers 98 unique degree plans. The university where 99% of students receive financial assistance. The university where you belong. Apply to Texas A&M University Kingsville today.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
It's easy, the choice is yours. You can click FruYou.com 24/7 or visit us here personally in our beautiful showroom. Step in or click and stand out. Look for your motors. We're always at your service.
We're the Ray Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
At HCISD, We embrace the future.
We learn to communicate.
At HCISD, we put our best foot forward.
At HCISD, we
Make noise!
At HCISD, we learn that the smallest of moments can make the deepest impressions.
At HCISD, we are creating the future together.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We are Edinburgh Bella, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're gonna find the opportunity to purchase the best high quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live here in Lyford, Texas, as we are still in our halftime. About 18 minutes left of halftime as the Raymondville Mighty Bearcat Band just left the field and the Lyford Band is on their way out. But wanted to update you on some scores around the valley. Edinburgh North 27, Edinburgh Economidi 0 at the second quarter. PI up 35-0 on Aransas Pass. McAllen Memorial 33, La Jolla Palmview 9. La Villa 19, Santa Rosa 13. Mercedes 28, PSJA Memorial 0. Calallen 27, Los Fresnos 7. San Benito 7, Schertz Clemens 0. So plenty of football going on around the RGV. Real Sports Live has a majority of those games going. If you guys are jumping to different games, so on and so forth, I know that we were hosting Brownsville Pace versus Porter. We have Harlingen South at Alice, along with a slew of other games. If you guys are jumping around to see other scores in just Valley football, since we're here at halftime in Lyford with the Raymondville Bearcats up 8-7 at the halftime. Exciting second half to come. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this.
Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Vida, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Harlingen Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
We are those Red Lady Falcons, and this is Real Sports Live.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
It's easy, the choice is yours. You can click FruYou.com 24/7 or visit us here personally in our beautiful showroom. Step in or click and stand out. Look for your motors. We're always at your service.
We're the Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live. We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Apply to the university that offers 98 unique degree plans. The university where 99% of students receive financial assistance. The university where you belong. Apply to Texas A&M University Kingsville today.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
Back to the action here as we are still in halftime at this exciting game in Lyford, an 8-7 ball game. Still about 12 minutes left in halftime. Just a quick recap of the first half as the Bearcats struck first on a Jason Cantu run for a touchdown, and they were able to capitalize on their 2-point conversion. Then the Bulldogs got on the board as Nunez found Guerra for that TD pass. Then an exciting turn of events as the Bulldogs looked to almost get into the end zone on a hook and ladder play. And right as Maruquin was about to cross that goal line, Slade Gutierrez strips that ball before it crosses the goal line. So exciting football here in Lyford, Texas at the 2021 Cotton Bowl. And lots of football left. With me, like I said earlier, Mr. Albert Pena. Mr. Pena, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, you might think by looking at the scoreboard that this has been a defensive battle or that the offense has struggled, and that's far from the truth. I mean, they've moved the ball ball. We've seen some exciting plays by the playmakers, Jason Cantu for Raymondville, Mark Marroquin on the other side for Lyford. But a couple of really big defensive plays as we ended the first half. You know, Marroquin was headed for a touchdown on that hook and ladder, and I believe it was Slade Gutierrez that chased him down and punched it out right before he crossed the goal line. So, as I said earlier, that could have changed the complexion of the ball game. Then, on the last play of the half, Lyford somewhat repays the favor there, picking off Cantu in their own end zone as he tried to throw about a 20-25 yard pass on the last play of the half. So let's see what this second half looks like. I'm looking forward to it, and I think the fans are too. And you know, I talked to Dr. Brown, the superintendent here at Lyford CISD, before the game, and we'd like to thank them for their hospitality. This is a beautiful venue from which to call a ball game. We are actually al fresco above the press box by these Lyford Bulldog flags that are flying pretty much east to west with the wind. It's breezy up here. It's cool. There's no mosquitoes. Got a great view. As you look across the other side, you can see that Lyford brought in some additional bleachers to accommodate an anticipated overflow crowd from Raymondville, just 6 or 7 miles up the road. I was told that they got some bleachers from our neighbors at Lasada ISD and a few others from Mr. Mitch Thomas out at the Thomas Ranch. So Raymondville fans are comfortable over there on the east side of the stadium, and they're seeing a good one.
And you know, you said that those additional bleachers came from our neighbors over in Lasada, and then Mr. Thomas as well. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about Willacy County is how every district from San Perlita, Raymondville, Lyford, Lasada, and the communities around us and, you know, families all come together for the betterment of the county and of the people in our county. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about these smaller counties here in the valley, that we come together when people are in need or when people need assistance. And I think that's an amazing thing. So shout out to Willacy County in general as we're here at the Willacy County Cotton Bowl.
Yeah, that is truly the Willacy spirit, the spirit of cooperation, the spirit of helping one another. You know, I tell people all the time I wasn't born here, but I got here as quickly as I can. I've been here 27 years, and it's been a true blessing for me and my family. So it's just awesome to come out here. As you know, we don't have this football program where you and I work. We're more famous for some of the other sports that we do participate in, but it's always great to get out here and see all the green on this side, all the blue on the other, and we're kind of neutral. Well, I'm kind of a neutral bystander. I know you got some heartstrings being tugged from up north over there, and that's all right. But I think you do a great job maintaining your objectivity as you call these games, and I'm always happy to share some airtime with you.
Well, we appreciate you being with us, and you know, tradition is deep. Football for both of these towns, Lyford and Raymondville. You know, the 12th man here today is the fans, and they are in full force. Because let me tell you, the last time I did a game here in Lyford, we were in the pandemic, and Willacy County orders put no fans at the athletic events. So I hosted, and I was able to call Lyford and La Villa last year with no fans here. And let me tell you, that was an eerie atmosphere, to say the least. So I am telling you, we are extremely blessed to have our fans here tonight. The sound of the bands performing, halftime shows, cheerleaders, concession stands. It's just a great environment as Valley Friday Night Football is back in full force.
Yeah, and Dr. Brown told me that it felt different this week. She said you could tell the excitement with the student body, the excitement in the community. You know, the Lyford coaching staff is for the most part, a homegrown staff. A lot of former Bulldogs, as you're aware. But we also talked a little bit about some of the Bulldog influence on the resurgent Harlingen South program. Harlingen South has jumped out of the gates to a 2-0 record, and they've put about 80 or 90 points on the board, and they've got a couple of Lyford alumni coaching over there. You know, same goes for Raymondville. A really tradition-laden program, a lot of locals on the coaching staff, and they've got their little splinter group over there at San Benito, which is having themselves quite a year as well. So, you know, the Willacy football tradition isn't contained strictly to Willacy County. The influence is out there.
For sure, and man, let's see what we have coming up for us in this second half as both teams are starting to come out and get their warm-up. We're about 6 minutes away. We're going to take another break here before we get going into the second half of this exciting game. Get your last-minute snacks, take your last restroom break as we get ready to bring you the second half here in about 6 minutes. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this.
It's easy, the choice is yours. You can click ForYou.com 24/7 or visit us here personally in our beautiful showroom. Step in or click and stand out. Look for your motors. We're always at your service.
We're the Ray Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
At HCISD, we embrace the future.
We learn to communicate.
At HCISD, we put our best foot forward.
At HCISD, we
make noise! At HCISD, we learn that the smallest of moments can make the deepest impressions.
At HCISD, we are creating the future together.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We are Edinburgh Bella, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're gonna find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
Welcome back to Lyford, Texas, as the Lyford Bulldogs have just run back on the field ready for the second half of football. And we've got ourselves a thriller. Let's see what the second half of football has in store for us. I hope y'all are ready. We're ready here to rock and roll. This is Marco Munguia alongside me, Mr. Albert Peña, as we are bringing you the action on Real Sports Live YouTube. A little recap of our first half. If everybody was trying to find us on Facebook and we weren't able to log into the Facebook connection, but we are here on YouTube, and we thank you guys for finding us and staying with us. Please remember to like, share our link on y'all's social media so families, friends, fans of both sides, the Bearcats and the Bulldogs, can find tonight's game. So plenty of action here tonight, and we're under a minute now away from the second half kickoff. Big game here tonight. And you know what, Mr. Peña, there's really nothing on the line. There's no district implication. There's no playoff, seedings here. This is a non-district matchup, but this is all about pride.
That's right. You tell those kids out there playing tonight that there's nothing on the line and you'll get slapped. These guys put in a lot of hard work, a lot of time, a lot of effort, as do their coaching staffs. The parents make sacrifices, getting them here and there. A lot of these kids have been playing since they were youngsters, just like the youngsters we saw from the Taifa League on the field before the game. So, you don't just show up on Friday night, put some pads on and play. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that goes into getting ready for these contests. And it hurts to lose, but it feels so good when you win.
And I tell you what, with our county being so close and the way it is, there's a lot of family. We got kids that live in Raymondville that go to school in Lyford because their parents work or live there. You got kids from Raymondville that their parents live in Lyford, and you got families, you got grandparents, you got aunts and uncles. So it's a rivalry, but it's a friendly rivalry. And those are the ones that mean a lot more to these kids because they both want to end up on top.
Yeah, just a few feet away from us is the mayor of Lyford wearing his Raymondville coaching shirt. Yeah. Oh, kickoff got loose there by the goal line.
So there is the opening kickoff to start our second half, and that one rolls all the way back in the end zone for a touchback. So here we go, as the Lyford Bulldogs will start this half of football up. I want to thank you once again for tuning in to Real Sports Live.
So Nunez played well in the first half. Let's see if he can take that confidence, and let's see if they turn him loose a little more in the second half. Much of the first half handing the ball off to Marroquin and short, quick passes.
Nunez hands that ball off to Marroquin. Marroquin finds himself a nice little lane up that left side. Picks up about 12 to start the second half of play. I told you the big story before this game was the absence of the Martinez brothers. Starting quarterback Osmar and starting running back Oscar, who are out today and not in tonight's lineup. But I'll tell you what, people have stepped in and stepped up, and that's what it's about, next man up.
Yeah, you hear that all the time, and the first best next man tonight has been Mark Marroquin for Lyford. And as I mentioned, Brandon Nunez had only thrown 3 passes to this point of the year. He's played well. They haven't run a lot of risky pass routes for him to get into trouble, but let's see if they change and turn him loose a little.
Nunez back in that shotgun. Marroquin to one side of
and that
him.
Fullback that you like on the other side.
And there's Marroquin, who takes on that head first tackle and gets that first down.
Benji Gonzalez, that fullback that you've talked about, was lined up to the right of Nunez, and he quickly slid over to the left and was the lead blocker for Marroquin. So in 2 plays, Marroquin has picked up 31 yards, so he's padding those stats nicely.
So same formation coming out. Marroquin over to the right, Gonzalez to the left. But now Nunez steps back, and he has a man wide open. Let's see if they connect. just out of the fingertips of Guerra. But a nicely thrown ball.
And like I said, maybe they'll turn Nunez loose a little bit, and they did. They threw a nice he threw a nice pass down to about the 20-yard line, and his receiver got his hands on it. He just couldn't corral it. That was Diego Guerra, the intended receiver.
Just off the fingertips, just a little bit out of his reach.
And Guerra split wide right again.
Nunez back. There's that handoff to Marroquin. Marroquin does find some room to the outside, but he is stopped immediately to the left by the Bearcat defense. That's Noah Martinez. We talked about Martinez earlier today. He's second in tackles behind Hunter Posas, but they were all over that one and not much there. Actually, Posas was in on that tackle as well.
And that will turn the down and distance in the favor of the Bearcat defense. 3rd and 15 for Lyford.
So there was a tackle for loss. Nunez finds Guerra once again. Guerra does a little shake and bake, but then pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, once again, just a quick out, quick hitch out there to Guerra, looking to see if he can make some people miss. He picked up about half the yards he needed. It's going to be 4th and long, but they haven't punted all night, and doesn't look like they're going to start now.
So they're just past the mid-mark of the field, but looking at a 4th and 9, and they're going to go for it. Nunez drops back, looking for a receiver, and that's going to be a thrown out of bounds, incomplete. Ball turned over on downs.
Kind of interesting how Lyford hasn't punted all night, but when they scored their touchdown, they kicked the extra point.
If I remember correctly, and remembering back from last week, I want to say that Osmar Martinez was doing the punting duties for the Bulldogs. So maybe with him absent, they don't have their punter, and so they're just going to say, "Let's go for it." You know, we got four tries, and we're on the 4th one. We're gonna either get it or we're not.
Well, let's see what happens if they get pinned deep in their own territory with a 4th and long, because all of their 4th downs have been at least close to midfield or in Bearcat territory. But let's see what happens if they get pushed to.
Now ball is in Cantu's hand for the Bearcats, and the stingy Bulldog defense gets back there quick, fast, and in a hurry. And that was Benji Gonzalez, who uses that power from his legs to get back there and stuff Cantu for a tackle for loss.
So there's Gonzalez, who on this side of the ball is lined up as a defensive tackle, fullback on the offensive side, and he got in there and got Cantu for a loss of about 3. So 2nd and 13 from the 45.
So Bearcats donning that all white with silver helmet. There's a low snap, but picked up. There's a handoff to Gutierrez, and he's met at the original line of scrimmage. And a big hit there. Looked like that was Sergio Rosas who got in on that tackle.
So 3rd and 10 on these 3rd and long situations, or even 2nd and long. We've seen a couple of times where they've just put the ball in Jason Cantu's hand and said, "Hey, make something happen for us, big guy." Let's see what they dial up now.
Ships right formation. Cantu rolls out to the right. He's going to
pull
it down himself. He finds some room to run. He jumps over a defender, and let's see if he stretches out far enough to get that 1st down.
It looks like he got it by maybe a 1/4 of a yard. But once again, Jason Cantu tucking it down and running, putting the ball in his own hand, saying, "I got this, guys."
Looks like we're going to go into an official timeout. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this.
Concession stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the concession stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the concession stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, Sam.
All right, back from that official timeout as we had a shaken up player, but he was off the field on his own will, so that's always a good sign. Gone through, picked up that Bearcat first down. Ball's handed off to Gutierrez. Gutierrez finds some room to run up that right. Gets himself about a gain of 6. Cantu just found that end around, goes off of his tackle and a crack back of block of his receiver, and picks up a nice little run.
That was Sergio Rosas for Lyford who came off the field, fortunately under his own power after that play, a couple of plays back. Looks like he's getting retaped on the sidelines, and hopefully he's good to go.
So third quarter, we're about the 6:35 mark of it. 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4 maybe. Cantu hands it off to Gutierrez. Gutierrez finds some room to run inside, and he just keeps those big legs going and picks up the first down.
So you wonder, being just the third ball game of the year, at what point conditioning will become a factor for these defenses, and we'll see if these runners are able to start breaking some bigger plays as these guys get a little tired.
So Bearcats offense now set up. Cantu ready for the snap. A little bit of movement, but Cantu's going to keep going. There comes the whistles now.
Yeah, they blow it dead. Let's see who moved first.
So football's in full steam, week 3 of Texas high school football. And then last night was the kickoff of NFL football.
That one's going to go against Lyford, so that's going to give Raymondville a 1st and short, 1st and 5 down there at the 25-yard line. So getting close to the red zone again and trying to put some points on the board and a little distance between them and Lyford on the scoreboard.
Goes away from the overloaded side of the offense for that Bearcat touchdown.
Yeah, Jacob Garza had a chance to tackle him about the 20, but Cantu just powered right through and found Hager, giving Raymondville a 14-7 lead with the extra point attempt to come. So talking about the NFL, your Cowboys played pretty well last night and were 6 or 7 seconds away from beating Tom Brady, but a lot of folks have been 6 or 7 seconds away from beating Tom Brady and come out on the wrong side of the ledger.
It was just good to see some competitive Cowboy football again. Bearcats going for Duke. Cantu calls his own number again. He's going to walk that into the right pylon as that 2-point conversion is successful.
Yeah, once again, Cantu walks in on the extra point attempt. And back to your point on competitive Cowboy football, they played well, and their fans have a lot to look forward to this season, it would appear, based on that one contest. Now, unfortunately, over there in Houston, they've got that thing stripped down to the bare wood, and it's going to be rough for those folks.
So the Bearcats extend their lead behind the legs of Jason Cantu.
And importantly, in this low-scoring game, with that 2-point conversion, they've made it a 2-possession ball game. There's no way that Lyford can catch him with just 1 touchdown. They're going to need a touchdown plus at this point.
5:42 into the third, as the Cats are getting ready to kick off to get the ball into the Lyford hands. Thank you for tuning in to Real Sports Live here on YouTube. Remember, if you have people trying to find our game, we are streaming live on YouTube. Kickoff is up. It's a short one. Ball is dropped, but then picked up by the Bulldogs. Still on his feet. That's Daniel Palafox. And he's finally taken out of bounds.
So once again, the wind affecting the kickoff as Mendoza has to call for a holder to get that kick. Short kick returned by Lyford up to just about the 38, 39 yard line.
So here come the Bulldogs, hoping to make something happen here. They've had some success. And you know, they've been doing big things. They just need to execute and finish to get back on the board.
Yeah, they've moved the ball, but not consistently enough to put points on the board. And you know, we can't talk too much about that play made by Gutierrez over there in the first half that took points off the board that would have made a huge difference in this game.
Here comes Nunez, Brendan Nunez with the snap, gives it off to Maruquin. Maruquin trying to stay on his feet, gets his jersey pulled, kind of breaks away from that and picks up about 3.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the best place to be running Maruquin in the middle of the line. He seems more suited to getting him outside the tackle and letting him work in the open space where he's had quite a bit of success, but I guess you gotta work it a little bit in there and go inside outside.
Ball handed off once again to Maruquin. Maruquin looks up the gut. A little bit of extracurriculars going on with some of the line. You know, both teams want to win. You know, they're going to be aggressive. They could get a little chippy, but you know, all in good fun. Welcome to football.
Yeah, play till you hear the whistle stop, and then maybe one more push and shove.
A 3rd and 3 situation now for the Bulldogs. This will be a big 3rd down for them. Maruquin gets the call again. Once again, up the middle. Looks like he'll have the surge to get that 1st down.
And shows how much I know about play calling. I talked about trying to get him outside the tackle, and last couple of runs, he's gone right up the gut.
Well, what do they say? What's the fastest way from point A to point B?
Straight line.
Straight line. And that's
yeah,
exactly
but on this straight line, there's a lot of big bodies in between you. Maruquin's coming out for a breather. Well-deserved. He's carried the ball the last 3 times and probably needs to just catch his breath real quick.
Nunez pulls that one, and he finds some room to that left side. And he got outside of that tackle and picked up about 7 on that one.
So we talked earlier about the potential effects of fatigue on the defensive side, but Maruquin, like we said, a little winded there. Hopefully he's able to get back in here pretty quick. Let's see what kind of plays they call without him. On that one, they just told Nunez, keep it yourself and get after it. Go play like Jason Cantu.
So now they got Alex Rosas and Benji Gonzalez in the backfield with Nunez. And Nunez hands that one off to Gonzalez. And he stays and keeps up and picks up that Bulldog 1st down.
And I think they'll be content to run the ball, keep the clock rolling while Maruquin catches a breather, and hopefully he can get in here in a few plays and maybe finish this drive off.
3:22 in the 3rd quarter. Nunez with the snap, hands it off to Rosas. Rosas stopped at the line of scrimmage. Looks like Gutierrez in on that tackle. And he's a little slow to get up, along with Christopher Guerrero.
So Gonzalez 1 carry, Rosas 1 carry. Now Rubalcaba has checked into the backfield. Over there on Nunez's left side. Still got Benji Gonzalez on his right. What do we got, 2nd down?
There's the handoff. Finds some room to run there. Was Benji Gonzalez. He rumbles through, picks up about 5.
Now that time he dipped nicely under the outstretched arms of Hunter Posas and got him a couple of extra yards. Kind of did a little spin move there that you don't see from fullbacks too often, but showing some ability. And he's coming off the field now with cramp of some sort, or
it looks like it's cramp, so they're going to work on that. So now you have Rubalcaba and Marroquin in the backfield with Nunez.
And Marroquin gets the direct snap.
He gets that wildcat direct snap to him. And would they want to call it the wildcat, or would they want to call it a wild dog?
A wild dog. But it's good to see Marroquin back in the game, and hopefully Gonzalez is good to go in a little bit as well.
So looks like we're going to get a little timeout here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this break.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Harlingen Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
We are the Los Red Lady Falcons, and this is Real Sports Live.
The Browns.
Here we go. Nunez with the snap right up the middle for a tough run there. Gonzalez. Is that Gonzalez again?
That's Gonzalez. Picked up about 7 or 8.
He came back into the game after experiencing those cramps there. And the Bulldogs are getting closer and closer. 2nd and 1. There's going to be a little bit of early movement there. Flags come out.
Yeah, it looked like Rubalcaba may have gotten off a half step early. That's going to push the Bulldogs back and give them a 1st and 15.
And you know what? We're gonna give that run just a while ago. We got to give credit. It was Sergio Rosas
who
got
33.
that run.
33, not 23.
So now push back 5. Ball on about the 18, 17-yard line. Hand off to Rosas. And he's met by a bevy of Bearcats.
So like you said earlier, running back by committee at this point, they're spreading the carries around, working Rosas inside, Gonzalez inside. Marroquin's carried it inside.
3rd down, this will be a big one here. Trying to find that hole. That looks like Rosas again. Doesn't pick up much.
And we're going to assume they're in 4-down territory because they've been in 4-down territory all night. That's probably going to take us to the end of the quarter, so they'll walk it down to the north end and get ready for the last 12 minutes of play.
Bulldog player a little shaken up, but he comes off. And in for him is Alex Rosas. So out came Sergio Rosas, and in comes Alex Rosas. We've seen Lyford go for it on 4th down about 4 times tonight. A couple successful, the last one wasn't. And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter here in Lyford, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the big 4th quarter as Real Sports Live will continue bringing the action here on YouTube. We'll be back after this.
To provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
It's
Buckle up and strap in, because here we go, fourth quarter time. Maruquin is swallowed up in the backfield by Hunter Posas.
He may have cramped up just after taking the snap. You saw him pull up a little bit, which affected his ability to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he's down. Also, we've got a Bearcat defender down, and just hope these guys are okay.
We're going to take a official timeout. We'll be back after this.
click ForYou.com 24/7 or visit us here personally in our beautiful showroom. Step in or click and stand out. Look for your motors. We're always at your service.
We're the Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live. We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Apply to the university that offers 98 unique degree plans. The university where 99% of students receive financial assistance. The university where you belong. Apply to Texas A&M University Kingsville today.
And he throws it down. See you later, touchdown. I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
We're back from that official timeout as the shaken up players from both sides were able to get up and look okay. Cramps is becoming a major factor.
Yeah, you think maybe these kids might be forgetting to stay hydrated because we don't have the humidity and the warmth that's typical of Willacy County. It's breezy and I might almost call it cool out there, but these guys are putting a lot of fluids out of their body, so that may be a factor here the last 11 and a half minutes of the game.
So whistles being blown here on the play. Start of the fourth quarter. Raymondville Bearcats up 16-7. So this is go time, all or nothing.
A critical defensive possession here for the Lyford Bulldogs. They cannot afford to fall any further behind. And if they let Cantu and the Bearcats work it down the field, chew up clock, and put more distance between them on the scoreboard, they're going to have an uphill battle. They're down 9 as it is, and they need to slow these guys down.
Cantu back in that shotgun, awaiting for the snap, and there it is. Ball's handed off, and there's a lot of room to run, and that's Nathan Munguia who picks up that first down. And that's the first time we've called that name.
Another Bulldog defender coming off the field. He may have cramped up as well. But Lyford had a chance to make that tackle in the backfield, and instead they busted out for 15, 20 yards. So, you know, that fatigue, it'll make cowards of us all, and I guess make us struggle to tackle as well.
You know, Lyford coming in that 3A alignment, and so their numbers aren't going to be as big, and that might be one of their weaknesses is their backup situation and the numbers that are coming off. There's a big throw by Cantu that is pulled down by Brian Robles.
That was a beautiful catch by Robles. Juggled it a bit in the air, but was able to pull it down. And that's just what the doctor ordered for Raymondville. But yeah, like you said, a lot of these Lyford players going both ways, and it's got to be tough on them.
Big time pass and catch, Cantu to Robles. And like I've said before, no one is going to question the arm of Jason Cantu.
No, he got that ball, put it where it needed to be, and just let his guy go make a play. So Lyford quickly backing themselves against the wall here, giving up a couple of big plays, and Raymondville's got the ball. Now they move it down even further. It must have been some kind of penalty. I didn't see a call, but they marched off, it looks like 10 more yards to put the ball at the 22. So 10:53 clock running, and Raymondville looking maybe not for a nail in the coffin, but a tack.
So here we go. Ball now on the 22 of the Bulldogs. After that big time throw by Jason Cantu to connect with Robles. Cantu looking to the sideline. Spread out. Ball is handed off to Gutierrez, and that ball pops out. Everybody's on it. Let's see who ends up jumping on it first.
Cantu may have come up with it. Lyford had a chance. That would have been a big play for them, but somebody in white came away with it.
So looks like we're going to take an official timeout. We'll be back after this.
It's easy, the choice is yours. You can click Fruya.com 24/7 or visit us here personally in our beautiful showroom. Step in or click and stand out. Look for your motors. We're always at your service.
We're the Ray Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
All right, we are back. Everything looks to be okay as a shaken up player was able to get up on his own and come over to the sideline to get checked out. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Real Sports Live. We're here in Lyford, Texas. Always a top-notch place here to be. Fantastic leadership from the top all the way down to the bottom. And we are happy to be here bringing you tonight's action as the Rainbow Bearcats are up 16-7 with about 9:30 left in our game. Cantu pulls that one, keeps it himself, coming up that right side, shakes off a tackle, shakes off another, he gets us up to the 10, the 5, touchdown, Cantu and the Bearcats.
Well, Cantu broke 2 tackles and was not to be denied. He put Raymondville players are starting to show a little more bounce, a little more hop. They're starting to feel that this one's going to go their way. Let's see how Lyford responds.
So Cantu finds himself the end zone once again for his 3rd touchdown on the ground.
So Gutierrez powers his way in for those two, making it a 17-point ball game. That would have been an important stop for Lyford because they could have kept it to 15, which would have been 2 possessions. But now they've got 17 points to go with just under 9.5 minutes. We're going to see what this Lyford coaching staff is willing to do with their backup quarterback, who's played well. But it would appear that they're going to have to start taking some chances and throwing the ball down the field unless Marroquin just happens to bust one for 60 or 70 and get them a quick score. But right now the clock is not on their side.
You know, they had to make a lot of adjustments on the Bulldog side. Without their starting quarterback, without their starting running back here, a lot of guys had to come in and play roles that they haven't played yet or haven't got a lot of time. You know, being a non-district game, it's okay. You know, this is to get everybody ready for down the line when district starts. But let's also give credit to the Rainville defense, who have slowed this offense and the spread scheme down. So only giving up 7 points here tonight are the Bearcat defense, but we still got 9:27 left in this game, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, like I said, Lyford needs somebody to bust something, make something happen quickly. Like you said, yeah, they've got a bunch of guys stepping up. They've played well. They just seem to be getting a little bit worn down on the defensive side in this second half. And Jason Cantu is showing no signs of wear and tear.
Not at all. It seems like as the game has gone on, he's just gotten stronger and stronger. 9:27 left in the fourth. We're getting ready for the kickoff after the Cantu touchdown, his third of the night. Bulldogs pick that one up, finds a sliver of room to run up the middle, was Noah Guzman. Thank you once again for tuning in to Real Sports Live. Want to thank our viewers for finding us on YouTube. Shout out to Texman4268, who's been watching the game and commenting. We appreciate you tuning in, Texman.
So 1st and 10 at the 34 for Nunez and the Bulldog offense. He's coming out with Alex Rosas in the backfield.
Let's see if the Bulldog offense can get something going here. Nunez wants to show off his arm, and that's a beauty of a throw. And it was a jump ball incomplete.
The pass was intended for Justin Vela. Vela got a hand on it, couldn't bring it in. But
nicely thrown ball, though. It seems like Nunez has himself a little arm himself.
A nice spiral, even considering the wind that we have out there. And only a few seconds taken off the clock.
Nunez once again drops back, wants to go to the air, has the fade route, but just cannot connect.
And went for Vela again, so 2 targets in a row for Justin Vela. One inside, one outside. So 3rd and 10. And if they don't convert, this is going to be one of those situations that we wondered about. What will they do if they have a 4th and long deep in their own territory? Now, at this point, you're down 17.
So big 3rd down right here for the Bulldogs. Here comes the pressure. Nunez tries to get out of it, and he can't, as a sack is credited to Dominic Dames of the Bearcats.
So, yeah, and they just took that from a potential 4th and long to a 4th and really long. They are way backed up. Let's see if they bring a punter out.
So the Cats just brought the house on that 3rd down, and it paid off as Nunez just couldn't escape from that.
Well, an obvious passing situation after having thrown the ball deep on 1st and 2nd, brought up a 3rd and 10, and you figured they were going to throw the ball again. It looks like their kicker, Diego Guerra, is set up in punt formation. That doesn't mean he's going to punt.
It looks like they were getting ready to do so, but then Coach Hadagi wants to talk that one over. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this.
Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
At HCISD, we embrace the future.
We learn to communicate.
At HCISD, we put our best foot forward.
At HCISD, we
make noise!
All right, we are back. 8:19 left in this game. Real Sports Live here bringing you tonight's action. First punt of the night for the Bulldogs, and it takes a nice Bulldog bounce.
Yeah, so Diego Guerra at least got the ball out of the Lyford end of the field down to the Raymondville 35. The Bearcats had nobody deep. They were just going to let that roll and expect to see a little bit of Jason Cantu here.
I think they're just going to keep it on the ground. They're going to pound. They have themselves a nice lead. Now let's just run this clock out.
That's right. There's no need to put the ball in the air at this point unless you want a little change of pace every couple of plays.
You know, Real Sports Live, glad to bring you the action, audio and video. You know, when I started this off a couple years back, we were only allowed to give you audio play-by-play of the game. And now we are able to give you the live video feed. Able to watch from all over Texas and beyond.
A little flip to Tagle there. That goes nowhere. They lose 4 yards. Don't know that they're too concerned about the 4 yards with the clock continuing to run and being up 24-7.
The clock keeps ticking. 7:35 left in our game. Cantu sets back in that shotgun, has Gutierrez in the backfield with him. Man in motion is Tagle. Tagle coming over. Ball's on the ground. Cantu picks it up. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage, and now a third down.
So here is a chance for Lyford to turn possession over. If they can get a stop here on third down, they might get the ball back with 6.5 minutes left and start chipping away at that lead. If they continue throwing the ball, they'll be able to run plays without taking much time off the clock between plays. But they got to get a stop first.
Yeah, definitely. And a couple shout outs to our viewers. Gabriel Urbina watching from Moreno Valley, California. Thanks for tuning in. Mark Archer, thanks for tuning in, supporting your Bulldogs. Cantu dropping back, and it sets up a screen, and it's almost broken up by the Bulldogs. It is broken up by the Bulldogs and almost intercepted, but just couldn't grab on that one.
Yeah, if he could have pulled that interception down, that would have been huge. But nonetheless, they forced a punting situation. And like I said, 6:33 left in the game, so time to start pushing the ball, Lyford.
And that was Gavin Martinez. He had himself in a nice position to break up that screen.
Diego Guerra's deep for Lyford.
Big boom and punt. Bulldogs trying to stay away from it, make sure there's no inadvertent touch.
Yeah, Guerra let it roll. Cost him a couple of extra yards, but didn't run the risk of muffing or turning it over, putting it on the floor. So Lyford will start at their own 35-yard line. Let's see if Nunez looks for Vela again like he did a couple of times on the last possession.
6:20 left in our game. Bearcats up 24-7.
Vela's over here on the near side at the flanker. Robles also out left on the line. Two other receivers on the right side.
Nunez gets that snap. It is over to Vela. Vela breaks it out to the outside, still on his feet, and he slips and falls.
Vela with the catch, made a nice spin move to the outside. Good positive yardage, but yeah, appeared to lose his footing there just shy of the first down marker. As the clock ticks down to the 6-minute mark, Nunez back up to the line quickly.
So here come the Bulldogs trying to get something going here. Nunez pulls back, looks for his receiver. Ball's intercepted as that one comes out of Nunez's hands. And there is a turnover there as Slade Gutierrez is having himself a game.
Yeah, Slade Gutierrez, his second big impact play of the ball game. We